Sasuke Uchiha. I mean, talk about one of the most complex and, let's be honest, controversial characters in all of Naruto. His journey from this gifted, top-of-his-class kid to, well, a global threat is just a masterclass in character development. It's all shaped by trauma, rivalry, and some seriously world-altering truths. Okay, let's dive into how he became the Sasuke we know.
And really, that brings us to the biggest question of his entire story, right? What could possibly happen to a person? What layers of pain could you stack up to turn a promising young ninja into someone willing to take on the whole world? To get that, we've got to go back and trace his path, step by painful step.
So we're going to track Sasuke's psychological evolution through 6 key story arcs. And this isn't just about him getting new powers. It's about watching his core motivation shift from a super-personal vendetta to questioning the entire system he was born into.
You know, it's really important to get this. Sasuke's development isn't just a straight line from A to B. It's more like layers. Think of it like that. Each arc adds a new, complicated layer to who he is, starting from this foundation of deep personal pain and building all the way up to a huge ideological war for the future of the shinobi world.
So, let's start where it all began. These first couple of arcs are all about setting up the foundation for his character, that Uchiha pride, the trauma he carries, and of course, the rivalry that would pretty much define his entire life.
Remember the Land of Waves mission? That was our first real taste of Team 7 working together. And right away it showed us not just how talented Sasuke was, but also how deep his pride ran. The way he interacted with Naruto, it was never just friendly competition. You could already see they were looking at the world in 2 completely different ways.
And that difference between them is exactly what happens next. The Chunin exams just poured gasoline on that fire. As Naruto started to get stronger and tap into his own potential, Sasuke was forced to see him as a real rival. That plus Orochimaru whispering in his ear just sparked an obsession. He started to believe that Konoha's way was too slow, too weak, and that the only thing that mattered was pure personal strength.
Now, this obsession leads him directly into the next phase, which is, without a doubt, the single most important turning point in Sasuke's entire life, learning the truth about his brother, Itachi, and what really happened to his clan. For years, Sasuke's whole life, his entire reason for being, was boiled down to one goal: kill his older brother, Itachi. Their relationship was this twisted knot of what he thought was betrayal, but also love and just this immense, all-consuming hatred. That was the engine that drove him. The problem was, he was running on bad information, and that was about to completely shatter his world.
And then it happens. Sasuke finally does it. He achieves his lifelong goal and defeats Itachi. But as his brother is dying, he learns the truth. Itachi didn't kill their family out of malice. He did it on direct orders from the leaders of Konoha to stop a coup that would have started a civil war and destroyed the village. Itachi sacrificed his name, his family, everything to protect peace and to protect his little brother.
So this brings up a huge question. His revenge is complete. The one thing he lived for is done. So his hatred should have gone away, right? But instead, it got bigger. It exploded. Why?
Because the truth didn't give him peace. It gave him a new target. His hatred wasn't for a single person anymore. It was for the whole rotten system. The village elders, the politics, the world that put his brother in an impossible situation and forced him to make that choice. He wasn't an avenger anymore. He was now a revolutionary.
And this new revolutionary mindset gets tested on a global stage. The Fourth Shinobi World War forces Sasuke to look beyond his own personal tragedy and face the cycles of hatred that have been poisoning the world for generations.
You see, this war wasn't just a physical fight. It was a battle of ideas. For the first time, Sasuke was seeing the massive, worldwide consequences of the world's broken systems. He wasn't just dealing with his family's dark past anymore. He was staring down the entire history of the shinobi.
And during the war, he has these key conversations that completely reshape his thinking. He gets one last, totally honest talk with a reanimated Itachi. He literally sits down with the first 4 Hokage, the guys who built the very system he wants to tear down. Talking to them gives him this incredible perspective on history, on leadership, and on failure. And it convinces him that the only way to fix things is to burn it all down. A total revolution.
And all of this, everything he's been through, it all leads to one inevitable final fight. But this wasn't just another scrap between old rivals. This was a battle for the future, a clash between 2 totally opposite ideas on how to achieve world peace.
And their philosophies just couldn't have been more different.
You had Naruto's path, change through understanding, reform the system from the inside out, and build peace through connections with people. Then you had Sasuke's path, sever the root of evil. The system can't be saved, so destroy it, restart it, and achieve peace through absolute, unwavering control.
So when they finally fight at the Valley of the End, it's so much more than just a fight. It's a physical debate. Every punch, every cheatery and Rasengan is an argument for their vision of the future. It wasn't about who was stronger anymore. It was about whose idea would win.
And in the end, as they're both lying there, having lost an arm, Sasuke gives in. But he didn't lose the fight. They were equals. He admitted he lost the argument. He finally understood that Naruto's way, this belief in empathy, in connection, in reaching out to people, was actually stronger than all the destruction and control in the world.
So to wrap it all up, Sasuke's journey is this powerful, incredible evolution. He starts as one kid consumed by a personal wound, and by the end he's a man grappling with these massive systemic flaws of the entire world.
You can just trace the layers. It starts with the personal wound of the massacre. That pain gets fueled by his rivalry with Naruto. Then, the truth about Itachi completely redirects his anger away from a person and onto the system. The war gives him the global context, showing him just how big the problem is. And all of that leads to his final choice, to pick reconciliation over revolution.
Ultimately, Sasuke's entire journey leaves us with this one fundamental question, one that people have been debating for centuries. To fix a broken world, do you have to destroy the system and start over? Or can it be reformed from within? It's the dilemma he faced, and it's definitely something to think about long after the credits roll.